Good morning. It's Friday. Today we're going to read Mama Built a Little Nest. We've been talking all week a little bit about birds. Not a lot in depth, but quite a bit about them. Look at these beautiful end pages. Their feathers, dark green on a lighter, brighter green. I love end pages so much. They're so artistic. And I love how they always connect to the story that we're going to read. Mama built a little nest inside a sturdy trunk. She used her beak to tap, 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 the perfect place to bunk. Israel, I can hear you saying onomatopoeia. That's right, tap, tap, tap. That's onomatopoeia. Treehole nests, also known as cavity nests, are created by the male and female woodpecker. So on this side, there's a little rhyming story, and on this side, there are some facts about the woodpeckers. That's a kind of an interesting way to do a book, fiction and nonfiction together. Mama built a little nest, a cup so wee and snug, with walls of moss and roof of sky and silky cobweb rug. A hummingbird, there they are there. A hummingbird makes the smallest cup-shaped nest. It uses spider webs, so the little nest will stretch and grow as the chicks grow. That is so interesting. I did not know that. It uses spider webs in its nest, kind of like a sock, how it forms to your foot, but it gets bigger to go over your heel. This gets bigger to go over the baby chicks as they grow. Hummingbirds are very tiny. You can imagine how tiny their chicks are. Mama built a little nest. Well, actually, she didn't. She found one that another made, and then she laid me in it. So, not all birds build nests. The cowbird, Wida, and cuckoo find a nest built by another bird species. They lay their eggs in it and fly off, leaving their eggs in the care of the bird who built the nest. Oh dear. So they find a nest that already has eggs in it. They lay their eggs and then they say, see you later. Somebody else can raise you. Oh, good thing we don't have mommies like that, huh? But I guess it works for them or they wouldn't do it, right? Mama built a little nest. My daddy helped out too. They placed my egg upon his feet and that's where I hatched and grew. The emperor penguin uses a living nest, the father penguin. The father is the nest. The father uses his beak to roll the mother's egg upon his feet quickly so it doesn't freeze, and carefully so it doesn't break. There it stays buried under his tummy folds for about 60 days, warm and protected. It has to be so protected because they live in the Antarctic. Not the Arctic, no penguins up north, just down south. Mama scraped a simple nest upon a craggy ledge. She tucked me safe within her wings until my time to fledge. Remember, fledge means to fly from the nest. Certain birds, such as the falcon, create a nest called a scrape, as they scrape it out. On a high cliff ledge, the mother and the father may scrape away at the ledge, creating a small indentation. I wonder how the little chick knows not to wander off the edge. I guess they don't, or they wouldn't build it there, right? Look at this one here in the cactus. That's quite cool and protected, isn't it? Daddy built a little nest, and then he built another, and another, and another, hoping to impress my mother. Oh, look at this. He built a lot of nests, because then the female bird sees he's a good provider. Like many wrens, a male cactus wren builds several dome-shaped nests to attract a female. If impressed, that means if she thinks what a good job, the female will choose one and then continue to add to its structure. Remaining nests may be used as resting places, roosts by the father, and may also serve as decoys to confuse predators. Mama built a little nest. She used her beak to sew a woven nest of silky grass, the perfect place to grow. Weaver birds, see, they've taken the thread, the pieces of material in and out of the other pieces of material, so it makes like a knot. Weaver birds create very detailed woven nests by sewing and weaving nest material together. They pull grass and fiber over, under, around, and through, using only their beak and their feet. It looks like they built it in a thorn tree too, doesn't it? See those thorns up there? Very cool. Birds are so clever. Mama built a little nest by digging out a burrow. It was a hoot, our little home, a safe and feathery furrow. The burrowing owl nests underground in a burrow nest. It can dig its own burrow or use an abandoned burrow created by a mammal. Or maybe we learned also that they can lay their eggs and hatch their chicks in nurse logs, right? Or right underneath nurse logs in burrows there. Mama built a little nest. She gathered twigs that float and placed them on the water to create a cozy boat. Boat nest. Grebes create a floating nest on the water and anchor it to water plants. So see how they created that nest and then they put some mud and sticks around the water plant so it wouldn't float away. Pretty clever, pretty clever. Mama built a little nest. She made it on the ground, a simple nest, not very soft, with pebbles smooth and round. Many shorebirds create scrape nests on the ground. Their eggs often have colors and patterns to help camouflage them with their environment. Can you find the eggs in this picture? Well, I don't know. They all look like rocks to me. I can't specifically see any that are eggs, can you? I guess that's the point, is to be camouflaged, because most predators don't want rocks, just eggs. Daddy built a little nest, now don't gross out, with spit. Oh, who would have thought that spit would make the perfect place to sit? The swiftlet makes an edible nest using tube-shaped saliva, which hardens in the air. Swiftlet nests are used in bird's nest soup, a Chinese delicacy. I did not know that. I did not know that. I always sort of wanted to try bird's nest soup. Now, not so much. So what happens here is they make the saliva drips out of their mouth and it hardens, and they take that hardened piece of saliva or spit and they make their nest out of it, and then people eat it. I'll send a video about that because that's pretty funny. I'm not going to eat that. Mama built a sealed nest within an old tree's hollow. My daddy left a little hole to pass her food to swallow. The hornbill makes a cavity nest inside a tree hollow with the female inside and the male outside. Both birds use mud and droppings, that means poop, to seal the cavity. A small hole, just a tiny hole, is left open, which the male uses to feed the female. She remains locked inside the nest to incubate their clutch. After the chicks have hatched, the female breaks out, helping the male feed and care for the young from the outside until the chicks are old enough to leave the nest. They must have some pretty scary predators to have to lock themselves into a hole like that in order to get their chicks to hatch. But what a good daddy to feed him seeds inside the hole, right? And nobody else can get in. That's very clever. I still think the bird's nest soup is the funniest. Mama built a sturdy nest by stacking twigs up high, a breezy house upon a tree where talons blend with sky. The male and female bald eagle build a stick nest called an eyrie by gathering and laying many sticks. Their nests are among the largest of all bird nests, actually 5 to 6 feet in diameter, that means across, and 2 to 4 feet high. Well, they're very big birds, and I suppose they lay very big eggs, don't you? And then hence they probably have some very big chicks, right? Mm-hmm. Mama built a little nest entirely out of mud. No feathery down, no soft green plants, just fuddy, muddy crud. The male and female flamingos build a mound-shaped nest on the ground using mud, where the female lays just one egg. Just one. Wow, there's a lot of flamingos, so it must be plenty. You have a nest, your very own, a place to rest your head with pillows soft and cozy thoughts. Inside, we all have our nests that we build, don't we? Your nest is called a bed. But you're not a bird, are you? No. All right, that was a wonderful story. I really like that one. And I will send you some videos to tell you a little bit more about some of those things, especially bird's nest soup. Wow, so interesting. And I will also put a video up to tell you what your assignment is today. I love you. I can't wait to see your work.